Yes, yes, yeah. You are tuned into Offering Something. I am your host, Michael Burney. You're feeling so good to be alive. It sure is a beautiful day. I got to give some love to our sponsors, Enjoy Your Life brand, Spicket River Brewery, and the Higher Education Music and Arts Festival. Do me a solid, right? Click on that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. I love you for that, you sweet, beautiful human. Yeah. So, today, this day right here, we have an exceptional show that is going to go down. An incredible guest. The individual that is here in the room right now, he is a brand developer, an entrepreneur, a marketing guru, a consumer interpreter, a hard worker, a surfing savage, an inspiration, a new friend to me. And I tell you, he is most definitely offering something to the world. Welcome, my friend, Josh Walker.
That's the best intro I've ever gotten, man. So
yeah!
Just do that same intro like at my wedding. It'd be sick. That's cool,
I hope
man.
I get invited to your
all
wedding.
those things, but that's pretty rad. That was a nice intro. Cheers to you, man.
Yeah, man. Cheers, man.
Right on.
It really is a pleasure
Good to be here, man.
to have you here.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, so Joshy, baby, we're going to be all over the
Yeah,
map.
for sure.
We're definitely going to talk about your business ventures, your entrepreneurial side, but we want to get to know the human that is Josh Walker, the individual that is offering something beautiful and positive to the world. Let's get into it.
Right
Where were
on.
you born?
I was born in Newburyport, man. Anna Jakes.
Newburyport,
Yeah.
Massachusetts.
Newburyport, Mass.
Yeah.
Native of the Newburyport area. I grew up in Salisbury. Went to Salisbury Elementary School, Triton Viking, Triton grad, and then my folks moved to Newbury.
Yeah.
And I live in Newbury now.
So will you give me like a description of the vibe in those communities?
Yeah.
Is it wealthy? Is it poor? In the middle? Working class? White
Yeah, I mean,
collar?
I think we're all lucky to be in this area now because it's opulent, you know.
Opulent.
It's a really nice place, and it always was a really nice place. It was more of a cow town when I was growing up. Unique experience when you're like, you know, your school bus stops at like farm after farm after farm, and kids are running up after, you know, milking cows, feeding,
lot of farms,
feeding
yeah.
animals, and you know, like that shit was cool. It's cool to grow up in that. So it was real down to earth and small kind of place. And you know, my dad was an entrepreneur as well too. Super cool cat. And he, you know, parlayed basically like a landscape business into an automotive auto parts business, and had a couple stores.
Right
he was
on.
He was a builder, and he was a home builder. My grandfather was a builder too. So you know,
Ultimately in the blue collar.
yeah, pretty blue collar
Yeah.
upbringing. You know, we didn't want for much, but my old man was, you know, he worked his ass off. He wasn't around a whole lot. He worked super hard when I was really young, but super cool cat. But it was real blue collar, a little more hard scrabble in Salisbury when I was a kid growing up than it is now, and definitely more hard scrabble here in Newbury and Newburyport. It's changed a lot, you know, for the better
pretty
though.
peaceful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's for the better, for the
So-
most part. I want to see more farms.
Would you say that your father inspired you or opened up the gate in your mind that being an entrepreneur was an option?
Yeah, my dad's like pretty much like my North Star my entire life, and super close to him, and learned a shitload from him, but also learned to not be fearless. My dad never chased the money. He
Yep.
chased the life and the family, and he was just good to
Dream.
people.
Yep.
Super honest, crazy integrity levels, and you know, he's
Through
been
the roof integrity.
Yeah,
What's his first name? Let's say his
Jeffrey.
name.
Geoff.
Jeffrey.
Jeff. When we were growing up as kids, he always used to drink rum and cokes, and we call him Geoffs.
Geoff.
Mixing
So it's a
myself a Geoff.
Geoff.
Bacardi and Diet. He didn't drink Diet, I don't think, though. Yeah, but he's the man, and he's still the man. You know, he's like 74. He rides like a fucking street glide, and he's just, you know, he's an awesome guy, and supportive, because he always, you know, if you don't dream, his whole deal is you got to dream big in life. You got one shot,
Yeah.
and he worked his
Only
ass
get
off
one
to
shot.
give me kind of the
chance.
opportunity to think that way and shit, because
Yeah.
it's, you know, I think I
So
was
do you have
blessed.
brothers and sisters?
Got an older brother, Nate.
Nate, what's up with Nate?
Nate's a
Did he
legend,
also
man.
catch the bug to be an
Yeah.
entrepreneur? Or
For
what's
sure,
his-
he's done a ton of different stuff. I mean, he was
Yeah.
the fire chief in Newbury. He's now a superintendent at a big golf course here locally. But
Yeah.
he's Nate's the man. I mean, he's good.
I
at
gotta
everything.
meet this Nate.
Yeah, he's
your
a wicked
brother.
Renaissance man. So like everything that he does, he's really, really good at. You know, he's the guy who taught me how to surf. He's the guy who taught me how to ski. He's like an amazing saxophone player. Like, you know, he was a fire chief. He was an Eagle Scout. He was,
picks a lane and then like gets
college
to the top.
recruited, like wrestler, but like anything he does.
So wait, hold on.
He's good at.
You don't. When the fight goes down between brothers, Nate is like, you're trying to avoid the fight.
I never followed Nate. He was always good. And I probably was a little shithead. He was always really just kind to me. He never. My brother's never kicked my.
If he needed to, he could
never
end
kicked
it.
my ass once. He's definitely put me in a spot, being like, I could fucking kick your ass right now, but I'm not gonna.
Hey, don't forget.
But he never has. He's been a good cat. But yeah, one older brother, super close, 3 years.
Right on.
Saw him
So
today.
big love to Nate.
What up, Nate?
So grew up in Newburyport area. What was the high school?
Newbury, Old Town.
Old Town. Sorry, not
Newburyport.
Okay, Old Town, Newbury.
Old Town.
And what was the high school associated with your life?
Regional.
Triton.
Yeah.
Would you play hockey?
I did not. I was not a hockey player.
You look like the build.
All my buddies played hockey. They taught me to like skate in JV like my junior year, and I was ankle burning around. But they were always super cool to me to get me out and play. But a lot of my good friends are all superstar hockey players.
What was your thing? Were you no sports?
No, I mean I played all kinds of sports.
What kinds of sports?
I played football my freshman year, and I was I wanted to really play. No, I was way smaller, but I actually broke my leg really bad at not playing football. The only sport I lettered in more than 2 years is baseball. Baseball's probably the sport that I played the most. I played it in the Legion and played through like Pony and that kind of shit.
Shortstop?
Not a shortstop, I was an outfielder.
Outfielder.
Played a little catcher, but I was an outfielder.
Yeah.
And but
right, center, left.
Skiing was my sport growing up. To be honest, I skied a lot.
Yeah.
And that was the kind of sport that I kind of took with me past high school. So
Word.
In the wintertime, I was never really too hyped to do sports because I wanted to go away every weekend, try to shred, and I wanted to move out west as soon as I could. I just wanted to ski big mountains. Skiing. Skiing was like.
That was it. Skiing
for so
was
many
life,
years of my life, it was just like now. I didn't even ski last year, but it was a big part for a long time.
So Triton's up, you graduate, honor student, full scholarship to what college?
No, not a full scholarship at all. I went to Plymouth State, and at the time, Plymouth State, man, even for out-of-state students, was crazy cheap. I think it was like $7,000 a year when I started there.
Wow, that's an elite
school.
school.
$12,000 a year when I left. It's now Plymouth State University. It's a lot more money. It was wild when I was there.
Yeah, it's a party place.
Dude, it was wild. There were some crazy Seabrookers that were in there. Just like when Seabrookers were crazy. Some of my really good friends from Winnicott that were just madmen, and I went to a couple of my best friends from high school went to Plymouth State with me. Jared and Sean and.
Was there partying associated? Is that what was kind of wild over there?
That place was, when I was there, my first 2 years were really, really wild. Wild to the point where I was just like, what the fuck is this?
Am I bettering anything right now? I mean, couches. I'm really good at partying.
Couches burning on lawns was like a regular occurrence every weekend. Like, it was just wild.
So your senior year apartment, what'd you have? House?
My senior year, I was in an apartment with all my buddies, and it was definitely a party house. I was kind of a nerd a little bit in college, though. Like, I played the trumpet all through high school.
You tying together nerd and trumpet? I'm just trying to see.
It's kind of music. Music
is
geeky
to you.
But I was marching band.
Okay,
and there's definitely a little jock in me that thinks it's fucking nerdy because I've got shit on.
I love
my generation
musicians,
was like, I don't even know that is there even a music program in Triton anymore. But when I was in Plymouth, I played in the symphony. And I played in the jazz band there. And I was the only person that was playing in the symphony and jazz band that wasn't a music major.
Why don't you push that mic down a little bit? I want to see more of your beautiful face in the camera.
There wasn't a music major or a minor at the time when I did it. So, like, I didn't have the time to practice, and I was playing, like, 4th, 5th seat. But I was doing it because I really wanted to play music. And then I was way into writing. And I was in the school paper, I had a column.
So you were the trumpet-playing writer when you got to college?
I tried to be a Renaissance dude. Like, that's how I was kind of taught.
Wait, did you play football in college?
Did not play football, no. I just skied. I didn't play any sports.
Skied, yeah.
I was never a great athlete in high school. I was a decent baseball player. I was never a great athlete. I got to be a much better athlete. Like,
is it wrong of me to associate your physical
I was small
fitness with the fact that I assume that you were a good athlete?
I'm like 210 right now. When I graduated high school, I was like 118 pounds. And I was 17. 17. I wrestled like 119 my senior year or some shit.
Wow, you were cutting weight, sweating it out,
no,
spitting.
Actually, that was my sophomore year.
Were you dipping to lose weight? Were you packing lips to spit to lose weight?
There was definitely dipping going on.
Yeah.
I was a lot smaller. And
steaming up the bathroom, sweating it out, trash bags when you go to sleep. Was it all that?
Oh, man, we're already off the rails with this. I love it. Plymouth State was wild, though. It was a wild place to go to school.
What was the major there, anyhow?
Writing, for the philosophy minor. I wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to write newspaper shit. I wanted to be a journalist really bad.
So did that later go on to help with your career, your major in college?
Yeah,
I'm always curious about this.
I think writing definitely did, even though, like, and anyone can attest, or now I didn't take any grammar or punctuation skills out of my state college writing education, but I definitely took a lot of communication skills out of it and writing skills and being able to like express like some soul in words. And like when so much communication is done right now in email, like you got to be able to hook people in like a paragraph in an email these days to like almost be successful in some worlds, especially like in a digital fucking e-com world.
Yeah.
So I think it helped me tremendously.
Pretty
in that
digi
regard.
out there. Yeah. So let's talk about some of your first, what's going on right now? Let's just establish this because we're in the room with Josh Walker, and I know we're slowly getting where we're going. But at this moment in your life, what's the major project?
I'm working on a clothing brand. I've been working on it for 4.5 years with a business partner, Ted. Basically, my best friend in my life right now.
I love
spend
Ted
every
because
waking
you
moment
do.
together.
Yeah.
Ted's a man. He's fucking.
I trust you a lot.
Probably one of the smartest guys I've ever met. And we're on a cool journey. And
What's Ted's last name? I like giving people these.
Ted D. Innocentis.
D. Innocentis.
D. Innocentis, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a character. He's a super good guy.
Ted the character. What's up,
He's
buddy?
an
Okay.
outdoorsman. He's a smart guy.
You better be watching this, Ted.
You know, we were friends
Ted.
we were friends for a long time, and he actually had an opportunity to live in mainland China. He lived in mainland China for 5 years, and basically went from just like an entry level deal to like managing basically like $500 million turnover of like the best outerwear brands in the world, like Patagonia, North Face, Rafa, all these things. So managing like 4,000 employees, like the supply chain in this massive factory, one of the best in China from like top to bottom. It was like beyond a master's degree, it was like a doctorate degree, and so
I mean, fully submerged in like where it's going down. So you're working side by side with Ted now.
So I'm working side by side with Ted now, and he had this rad idea to kind of to bring something new to the workwear market. I was always way into workwear, and I always wore nothing but fucking Carhartt.
A lot of people don't know what workwear is.
No,
so
I mean,
let's
you
just
basically say
what it is.
Carhartt. Carhartt's the most infamous, most classic workwear brand.
Okay.
But, you know, basically like clothing that skilled laborers wear to work.
Yeah.
And we saw a white space there where the category it's a really devalued, shitty offshore category.
Yep.
And everything else around this guy, whether it's boots or tools or whatever, is higher end, but like their clothing still sucked, right? I mean, they wear better shit on their ski mobile or better shit deer hunting than they do 5 days a week, 60 hours a week. This shit was killing them. They're wearing canvas and stuff. So we had some cool fabric ideas, some cool brand ideas. You know, we're a little over 4 years into it right now. And we've worked our fucking asses off. We got a new HQ down in Newburyport, and we're starting to really see some headway and see some growth. And got a long way to go still, but we've been fortunate, man. Right,
1620, like the numbers.
Yeah,
1620 Workwear. And I'm assuming because you know what's going on that the website is 1620 Workwear.
1620USA.com.
1620 USA.
Just Google 1620 Workwear.
And what's your you know, a lot of people are just like, I don't go to websites, bro. What's the IG or the
1620 USA is the Instagram as well, and as well as the Facebook.
Boom, that's what I'm talking about. Consistency across the board. 1620 1620 USA. Definitely get into that right now. So let's talk about like where those products lie though. So from what I understand, like there's what's the terminology? Sticker shock? Am I hip right now?
Yes, definitely. Price aversion?
Yeah, that's it.
When we first started,
something happens when you look at the price.
We launched with like this collection. It was 2 pairs of pants and a hoodie.
Oh.
And like one of the pants, the first time we dropped it was a $228 pant. And everyone was just like, you guys are fucking
$228.
Yeah, like the fabric mills. Everyone we talked to, they're just like laughing at us, like you guys are fucking retarded. But I'll tell you what, man, I had to stay a little late in the office today because you know, fabricator and a couple union carpenter guys drove fucking an hour and a half out of Boston after work to get in the office to try shit on. Each one of them spent fucking a good chunk of change because these guys, they're making money.
I respect that you didn't say each one of them spent $5,000.
No, I mean, they spent a good chunk of change. I mean, a good chunk of change for a working guy is, you know, it's not everyone in skilled labor is fucking making $150,000 a year, but there's a fucking lot of them that are.
You gotta know how to use that saw properly.
There's a lot of guys with low overhead that are making $80,000 to $100,000 a year. I mean, like, you know, these are the customers that are buying trucks, that are fucking going to the 99s every fucking Friday night and spending $150. So.
Get back to the price comes out. It's $228. People are like, you're nuts. And then you see these individuals are your first like. Whoa,
people were hungry for them. We sold out of that launch collection in like I think it was like a little over 2 weeks, and we're like, all right, there's a white space here.
Yep.
You know,
it's
and
real.
We need to figure out how to do this.
Exists. Yeah.
And you know, all of it also that it's made here in the USA.
Yeah.
And it's all USA components and USA fabric. You know.
Now, I like to clarify this because a lot of people get it twisted.
Yep.
When you say made in the USA, you're not talking about oh, we get T-shirts already made and pants already made
And we
somewhere,
print 'em
send them
here.
here,
Yeah, when people
and
say
then
that
just
shit,
put
it makes
some
me fucking
new
puke.
tags on them and design them.
Makes me
What
puke.
you're saying, and that I mean, there are people out there that are marketing heavily made in the USA, but it is completely false. Or they're doing it through this channel that allows for them to feel like they're buying it from the USA because they have another company that purchases the fabric from overseas, then they purchase the fabric from a company here in America, and then they make those clothes and say it's all made in the USA. We sourced our stuff from the USA, but really they own that other company. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, dude, the game's a game, and I respect fucking the rag game, dude, and it's a fucking tough game.
You
It's a
guys are
tough margin game.
legitimately. How are you getting
We're sewing
fabrics
it
in the
fucking
USA?
We're sewing it in fucking Everett. We're sewing it in South Carolina, and North Carolina, and Texas, and California. There's
So you're sewing. Like what? Just explain this to me. There's huge spools of like fabrics there, and it's let's turn
I'm
this.
not the product expert, but basically from yarn to finish. So we source yarn, we source weaving houses, dye houses. We make the fabric.
Yep.
We are in charge of what goes into the fabric, what the mix is, what makes it different. We have proprietary fabrics we've created with like really top brands like Kedora.
Yep.
And we get that fabric to contract manufacturers that specialize in different pieces in different places. We play the price game. We work really hard to try to keep the price where it is because it's not like even though we're selling a $228 pant, the margins
in
are
the USA
through the roof.
again though. In the USA.
In the USA. So everything that's in the pant, the zippers, the snaps, the buttons, the fabric, the trims, everything. It's all sewn in the U.S., so it's 100% made in the U.S. And that's a big reason why the price tag is so high, because it's livable wage. It's a livable wage for people that are sewing our garments.
Yeah, you and normally paying 2 to 4 times the amount, right?
Yeah, you know, yes and no. It's changing a little bit.
Yeah.
Shit's getting spendier overseas.
Yeah.
There's some classes of manufacturing classes in other countries that are rising up.
Yes.
Based upon the volume of shit that we bought for them.
Yeah.
So it's going to change, and it's going to change pretty quick. I mean, the future making clothes
Didn't
is
you feel like it was
anyway.
really changing, and now it's kind of going back down again?
No, I think it still changes because what people have to spend on fabric now, it's not what it was 5-10 years ago. And I'm not the expert here. My partner definitely isn't. I defer to him. I mean, the future of making clothing for all these big brands is robots. But, you know, listen, sewing in America, it's not glamorous.
Why do you do it though? But why are you doing this?
Because my previous life, man, I was part of selling like tens of millions of fucking.
Well, let's discuss that. So
plastic.
Before this, you were working you were a founder, right?
I wasn't a founder. I could say that I was a founding member.
I was the first
employee and one of the first investors. You know?
So you were there when it was happening out of a garage.
For sure, yeah.
With
this is round 2 for me.
Bern Unlimited.
Yeah. Yep.
And in many ways, at least in this market and the surrounding, you were the face of that company. Like people, like I didn't know you, right? But I saw Bern.
The Bern dude.
And I saw you every single time I would see Bern. Once I tied this together, like, what is this Bern thing? Because my last name is Bernier. Immediately, for me, I was like, Bern?
I could have just got a
People
t-shirt
call me Bern.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. And then I was like, yo, who's this dude? And it led to you. And so you really, I think, in many ways, were responsible for the growth of the brand. And I know there were others involved.
I have a great community of people here that were so supportive and ran it, because they could have been like, fuck yourself. And they weren't. And a lot of action sport aficionados here. And it was an amazing opportunity, you know, like it was just when helmets were just really fucking shitty. And it looked so fucking lame. Not want to win.
Nah, man, it was so bad. I would rather, honestly, break my head than wear those helmets.
It was a timing thing, because the awareness of fucking TBIs was starting to really happen.
Yeah, right.
So there was a growing demand for head protection.
Can we TBI is something brain injury?
Yeah, traumatic brain injury.
Traumatic brain injury.
Right?
There we go. See, I didn't know. Somebody else didn't know.
Trees. There were celebrities not wearing helmets, and people started talking about it. You know, and head injuries are fucking real, and they're super scary. And you know, we designed these helmets with this guy Jonathan Baker.
I wear a helmet when I drive around the car regularly.
I mean, I should wear one more.
Just kidding.
I should wear one more. Yeah. But we designed all the helmets with this guy Jonathan Baker up in Sugar Hill, New Hampshire. This cool fucking studio. He's an amazing guy. He's got a great bag company out of Portland, Oregon, called EPQ or something. I'm totally spacing on the name. Sorry, but super talented designer. And like we raised some money. We hunkered down in New Hampshire, and we worked with this rad designer, and like myself, Dennis, and his assistant George, and then Adam Godwin, the third employee. Like, we came up with what is this probably the shape that changed like head protection in skiing and snowboarding.
It's like the standard.
Totally.
So
the
you guys
changed the whole thing.
Came up with this design,
Yeah,
produced this,
changed the whole thing.
and then like, what was it when it went from like some guys like, I'm gonna make helmets,
Seth
this is cool.
Westcott. Seth
and
Westcott
then
put
what?
us on the map.
What was the thing that happened? So say that.
Yeah, so we were like, we had some inventory. We weren't selling a ton of shit. It was really tough to break into the dealer base at that time because the big brands are leveraging everyone.
Yeah.
We had samples of helmet, and guys wanted them, and you know, Westcott at the time could have signed a helmet sponsorship with anybody.
Yes.
And he was just like, I'll rock this shit, because we worked with his graphic designer, was a good friend of his out of Maine. I had like 2 samples left,
So
and he
it
was
the
going to the Olympics.
connection.
And he was
so
going
I
to the
catch
Olympics
it, yeah.
in Torino before he won his
What?
first gold. And I remember washing his helmet in the morning, and Dennis getting the thing, and we like
Washing it?
overnighted the fucking helmet. He got
Washing
it
it?
right before he left.
What'd you use
Had
to
this, like-
wash
had
it?
this,
What were you
like-
washing it with?
Dude, in the sink, because it was a sample. It was like one of like 2 samples we had at the time, and like he had this crazy audio mocked up sample in it with like this weird plug in it. And dude, border cross, first time in the Olympics. It was on prime time on Thursday night. Seth was rocking this helmet. It was like this plaid audio.
You're in your
liner.
underwear cleaning the thing in the
His
morning.
music plugged in. He was rocking this white visor helmet, and it was on fucking like millions of fucking viewers, right? And then he wins the
On
fucking
a bad day, there's 3 million
that
people
was like, I
watching
think, the
that.
coolest
Yeah.
year, because it was new, and like Seth was so fast. And that
What?
course was sick in Italy, and he won. He fucking won. And
You're watching the TV though, right? And it
freaking
came
out.
on, and you're like,
getting
"Oh,
hammered,
my
getting
God."
hammered in Charlestown, my buddy Schmidt's apartment, getting hammered watching it, and just like fucking
This is
lost
fucking
my mind.
wow. Is this real?
And
Is
like
this
that,
real?
you know, he sold like, I think like 3,500 helmets like the next day or something.
3,500 the next day, and then it was on. Bern Unlimited
on.
goes from there to the biggest.
It was a bumpy plateau for a while, but
Yeah.
but we did get to a spot where we grew like 40% year over year for like 5 years, and fucking 8-figure brand.
No
and
doubt
it's
a
crazy.
fully like top brand
It was
in that
crazy.
industry.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
It was pretty exciting time. Yeah.
Wow.
Good experience, awesome to be able to do that. And I mean, dude, it was like I was on the road like 7 months out. It was fun, super fun. But that whole business changed quickly. Recreation business has changed
Were you out
quickly.
there in the trenches with the? So were skaters wearing the helmets too? So you're out there like at the X. Were you at the X Games in Philly?
I'm sitting in a fucking parking lot in a fucking hotel in fucking Los Angeles, waiting for fucking Jake Brown to come down, to take him to breakfast, to talk him into wearing a helmet at X Games. Like it was like real guerrilla
I was
grassroots
there
shit.
at X Games Philly rolling with Sal Masakela back in those days. Like he was the announcer for that.
Do you remember that Jake Brown fall in X Games when he pitches out in the half pipe and slams it on his
don't.
thighs? Did you ever see that? It's like the most famous fall
I've
ever.
definitely
on
seen
Mega
everything
Ramp.
associated with skateboarding.
So like he didn't
I've
like our
seen it.
helmet at the time, and he wore like a 888 or something else like that. But he did rock our shit and put a big giant Bern sticker on it. And dude, like that dude is such a badass. You gotta Google that.
Word. So now you guys go from the garage, a couple of kids,
So like 30 employees.
make this happen, to 30 employees, like a legitimate corporate headquarters, sales worldwide. Like this is real, and the top athletes are repping it. And from there, at some point, you personally make a decision within yourself
Yeah.
that it's time to
I don't
move
want to be
on.
like the 45-year-old fucking dude at an on snow event, fucking talking to like a regional fucking skier trying to sponsor him.
Yeah.
Like it, awesome, and fucking, and for some dudes that's all they want. That's all they want to do. And like there's nothing wrong with being outside of being on snow and fucking bringing up young shred kids. But for me, with all my knees felt, and what was going on, and action sports is a fucking young man's game. And I was like,
the
all
love
right.
is changing, the passion is changing.
Yeah, like well, for me, like I was in Austria, and we were gonna take this sick fucking trip, like 10 days, all through the Alberg. Hotels were booked. A couple of fucking pro skiers are going with us. And after standing on a concrete floor for like 6 days in a row at a trade show, my left knee was so swollen and so bad because I heard it from just skiing for hundreds of days. I couldn't even walk.
Standing, I'm killing myself.
I couldn't even walk because my knee was so beat up from just years of fucking abusing it on skis that I fucking had the bag and took a flight home and missed that trip. And for me, that was like, all right, man, I gotta. Because if you can't go enjoy that
Gotta
shit about
revisit.
it,
Yeah.
like I never understood the fucking.
Those are the things people are like, bro, you did what? Oh my God, your life is so good.
I've never understood the
And you're
sales
like,
rep
"Nah,
that,
man, my
sell,
nail is
that
killing
sells
me."
a ski brand though that doesn't like go skiing all the time and shit. Like, because you got to be passionate about what the fuck you do. So
Well,
like,
the sale is not real.
Yeah, I couldn't
then
be
you're
around
a salesman.
It. Yeah, I couldn't be
like,
around it and be hurt and not be able to do the thing I loved a ton.
Yeah.
So I started to think about what the next step was gonna be.
You didn't want to be out there talking about glory days like you're Bruce Springsteen or something. You know?
No, and like it was a great experience. I was super lucky. My business partners are fucking awesome dudes, and it's been up and down, and not everything was always fucking gravy like at any job. That
Yeah.
I think everyone in that organization got curveballs thrown on them, but it was a great experience to like take a company from literally a garage to fucking solid 8-figure revenue fucking brand with like 45 international distributors.
So
and shit.
good.
It was wild. It was wild.
I love you. That's
wild.
unbelievable.
But, you know.
So were there any other personal motivators to take you away from there? Just your own inspirations to, hey, maybe starting something on my own, or I want to be the exclusive decision maker, these kinds of things?
Definitely wanted to be my own boss for sure.
Yeah.
I was definitely frustrated in some spots where I called some things and I got shut down and I was right. I mean, I've also called some things and got shut down and I was wrong.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like,
well, let's check his history.
Yeah.
No.
You get to a point in any deal like where you can feel like your impact.
Yeah.
You feel like you can make a bigger impact and you might get hamstrung. But like,
Yeah.
you know, it was to jump outside that comfort zone and try to really do it on your own. It was a huge learning experience for me because there's the big parts of the Bern business that I didn't have to worry about. I'm the brand guy.
Yeah.
I make fucking kids fucking buy this shit.
Yeah.
But there's so much more to.
You do a good job. You're handsome.
There's so much more
people just want to
shit.
buy it.
There's so much
you got to
more
make
shit,
girl stuff because
you know,
the
to
girls
manage.
just dying
My
to
hats
buy.
off to my biz partner at the time, Adam Godwin, because like he was the guy behind the scenes that really fucking was like, what did you guys do? How much fucking damages? Like, you know, like he was the fucking guy, you know, like he made it. He kept us in business. Yeah, kept us in business because we could have gone out a few times. Because it's like when you're young, you make so many mistakes running a company, you know.
So you make the decision to, or whatever happens, to leave Bern. You move on. You love those guys. See you later. I love you. We'll be homies forever.
Good dudes.
And is 1620 the next thing?
1620 was the next thing. Yeah, I started kind of.
Did you pause at all?
I started while I was at Bern. We were gonna call it Hawthorne.
You did not pause?
Not pause. Started while I was at Bern. Couldn't pause. I was so freaked out and so scared. I mean, Bern. Yeah. You say like you were around this area, and I'm like the Bern guy. Like the one thing I did learn is I made it too much of my identity.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Like, so like everything about who I was this role in this company. That
I wanted
but I
to
didn't
ask
own
that
it. It wasn't mine. I owned.
Did you feel
a few
like
percent of it? You know.
You like. All right, well, I'm letting you guys down that have been my Bern dedicated people, and now I'm gonna shift you into this. And will you guys support this? Yeah, like. Hey, that wasn't really mine.
Dude, so many skiers I sponsored are swinging a hammer right now. So many skateboarders and snowboarders that I sponsor or cycle guys are fucking in the trades right now. Like, hey, what are you going to do if you fucking drop out of college?
You run around with Andrew Muddy at all? You know
for
him?
sure. Muddy's my boy. He's the man. Dude, he has the sickest cover ever in the history of snowboarding magazines.
Does he?
Have you seen his cover? Dude, he's bomb dropping.
I love Andrew Muddy, Beantown, Greentown. We said it twice now.
This is legend shit. He has a cover on Snowboarder magazine, bomb dropping, off the fucking Beth Israel Hospital in Boston. It's Muddy.
It's him?
I'm a fucking skier. My all-time favorite cover of any snowboarding mag. Dude, yeah, Muddy's the man, dude. He's a fucking awesome dude.
That's great. I talked to him yesterday, man.
Yeah,
he's a great guy. Yeah. So you're out of Bern. You're into 1620. There was no pause. This leads to something else. The reason, from my perspective, that there was no pause there, that you already had it brewing before you got out of there, is because you're a savage. You're a hardworking individual. Like, your eyes are like focused and you're getting it done, because when you're waiting, sitting around, you're not comfortable. Yeah. That's not where your peace is at. A lot of people find peace in doing nothing. You find peace in progress, in commitment, in dedication. So where do you think that drive is that just like, hey, I was born this way? Because there are people that would say and have said to you, you work too much, bro. Like, you should take some time, man. You should take some time. Make sure you hang out with your girls, see your family. You might be working too much.
My business partner and I have not taken a vacation longer than like a 3-day weekend in 5 years.
Yep.
5 years.
So where does that drive come from?
I think he's taking a trip here in November for the first time since we started the company. Since the idea started, I left Bern 5 years.
Going on vacation? Where's he going?
4 years ago.
Teddy.
He's taken 5 days off. But
I know it's in a row.
I know he doesn't want to deep down because like he runs.
Is that 5 days off from like Thursday to Tuesday?
But like seriously, like
kind of 5 days.
We've just been like, and him more than me. I mean, he's a fucking beast. You think I'm a savage?
Love Teddy.
He's a fucking absolute.
I don't even think I've seen his face, and I love him.
He's a fucking absolute savage.
So where does your drive come from, though? Where does it come from?
My drive comes from my old man. I'm a carbon copy of him, heart and soul, and I don't want to fail. I want to do something good. I want to do something that means something. A big thing for me with the Made in the USA is like, my grandfather was a huge figure in my life too, and like I know he'd be rolling over in his grave. Like, nothing wrong with protecting people's heads, but man, like I spent enough time in mainland China, like making millions of expanded polystyrene fucking consumer shit that like in Asia, it is a fucked up, unsustainable, and like I'm not comfortable with like that being my fucking legacy, bro. Like my legacy is I sold a bunch of plastic to people. I'm not comfortable with that shit at all.
The energy that's carried with it.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable with that. That's not who I can be.
I can see that when you sit here and I ask you the questions about this is made in the USA and what does that mean, that when you give me the answers, you're proud of it, you know?
Yeah.
You want to be proud of the individual that you are. Not only in your life, there's a lot of people separate like, well, that's my business side. Like you do it in both worlds.
Bro, it's fucking stark, man. Like I've been to these places in South Carolina and in North Carolina and in Kentucky and in Tennessee, and I've seen what the garment industry used to be like. And it is stark, and it leaves an impact on these fucking towns, bro. Like, you can see by the infrastructure of what it used to be. And then you meet with the fabric mills that are still alive. And the only reason they're still alive is that there's still laws on the books that makes the federal government, when they buy clothing for the military and shit, it has to come from U.S. manufacturers. Yeah. And there are bills to change that. And the minute that changes, they're all gone. And these are family businesses that, like, it's like sons, brothers, husbands, wives. Like, this supported this whole entire fucking community. And like, it's very fucking important. For fucking people. Very important. It might not have to be sewing.
I like how you looked me deep in the eye for that part.
It might not have to be, it might not be sewing. It might be something, but like proletariat fucking working class jobs have to fucking exist in America. We can't just fucking cut hair and serve hamburgers.
No.
And like, I'm not some fucking like.
We're not that good really at either one either.
I'm not like some fucking retard. It's not, sorry, I'm not like. Use that word.
It's okay.
I'm not like some, I'm not in the clouds thinking that it's all going to come back and manufacturing come back to America. It's not. Like every single.
No, but you don't just like.
But we can do some shit here.
And I respect you talking about it. Yeah. I do. A lot of people talking about it, I don't really have that much respect for them. And for this reason, they're not living it. You're not just talking about it. You are being about it. Not just in your work, bro. You don't have to do that. You're doing that in your business where the money is coming from to feed your girl, feed your dogs, like take care of your life. You're doing it in that. But also in your personal life, like I see you out there sharing pictures, you and your dad. You're out there in the morning shoveling. You're up at the crack of dawn going like out into the whatever they're called in Joppa Flats. And I'm like, this dude is like you are a Renaissance man. Like you're not just preaching this and saying it. You're that individual. I respect that.
I'm trying to walk it. I mean, like,
I see the try. I see the try. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's a crazy episode. Listen, if Ted and I fucking imported fucking flannel shirts and threw 1620 logos on them, we'd have a lot more money in the bank. We'd be driving fucking nicer trucks.
Yeah, we'd be crushing it.
Everything we're doing right now is the hardest fucking shit you can possibly do. The fact that we're finding success selling $198 pants.
Basically, you're saying that you're the man.
That shit is very difficult, man. And like we have a long way to go, and there's still a lot more to do. But like, you want to talk about trying to do the hardest thing in the world? Try to make a fucking premium good in the United States and sell it.
They are premium. We didn't even talk about how, like, if you buy those pants and you set them on fire, even though they wouldn't burn, if somehow they do, that you could send them back and you guys will fix them and send them back to you.
We're super wasteful. Arguably the most wasteful clothing category in the world.
Because people buy it cheap. It's like, I'm going to wreck this anyway.
They buy it to destroy it and throw it away and buy another one. So there's no sustainability in the category at all. And we're trying to, you got to make better stuff. And you got to give a warranty on it. You got to fix it. You got to stand behind it.
You're like the rainbow of that world.
A good pair of work pants should last 3 years. Doesn't matter. Like
3.
I mean, the guys that came down the office today.
I always look at it as
3 years. 3 years in the field.
Listen to me. When I used to be that guy on the masonry company and I was out there grinding.
How long would your shit last?
Listen, I would buy 2 pairs for the season. And the kind of guy I am, the season was 7 months, and then I was on vacation spending all the money, didn't do anything for the next 5. But for 7 months, I would just have 2 pairs. And in my mind, those were getting wrecked. So that's me looking at 1 pair of the pants that I'm wearing as lasting 3.5 months. That's how I looked at it. So I would spend $40.
Yeah. And dude, and like that's fine.
And also, I like to look fresh to death for the next year. Come out with some new gear.
Carhartt makes a fucking amazing fucking pant for fucking $50 or $69. Like they make a sick pant, and they make a lot of pants in the States. Like I respect the shit out of that brand, and if that's what you want to buy, fucking.
I love Carhartt. Yeah.
That's what good for you.
I heard they're kind of a family business.
Family owned, bro. Do you know how many private equity companies are trying to buy?
I did see someone throwing some shade at them in the last couple of weeks.
At them, bro. When you're the big dog, everyone throws shade at you.
So I have
they have sold more Carhartt
Big Ben
hats to fucking.
I'm sorry.
Women buying lattes in Newport, like fucking good. Carhartt's the fucking bomb, dude.
Let's be nice now. Do you know Big Ben? Have you seen him around? You know Big Ben, tall dude, skinny carpenter. Used to be a host on Evo Rad when that was the most epic thing.
Dude, I think I know.
So anyway, he's so dedicated to Carhartt, and I saw him, and I pitched because of you, man. Because I know you do. I pitched him like, and he's that guy. Like, you want him wearing it because people look at him like he's that guy.
Get him down
so
the office.
I told him,
we'll hook him up.
I'm like, I'm bringing you over there, and trust me.
Once you try them on,
I don't care.
Bro. You have, we have a little showroom in Newport. If anyone wants to come down and try shit on, we got a little showroom there. We're gonna open it up. Once you try them on,
I believe
our conversion
in you.
rate's like fucking 90%. Like, you put our shit on, you're just like, dude, what?
Did you hear that? His
Like,
conversion rate's 90%. I don't know if that's like they're doing some legit market research or whatever, but
no, I'm gonna keep track of everything we've sold
you
in
should.
person.
Oh, you know what I was wondering? You know what, buddy?
This has been awesome, man.
It's so good.
Here,
You're so nice.
Yeah.
You like when people give you things?
Fucking love gifts.
You love gifts?
Yeah.
I have a gift for you.
Free beers. I had a gift for you. I forgot it. So off of the record, I have a gift for Michael, and I totally forgot.
I
it.
love the gift
fucking 16,
almost
20,
as much as if you brought it because you thought about me
I'll
when
take
you
a
weren't
picture of it
here.
and be like, I almost brought it.
Yeah, sweet. See you in 2028.
No, dude, I'm gonna bring it down, I promise.
Yeah. Let me give you a gift.
What is it? What do you got?
Oh.
Shut up.
All right, calm down.
I don't know what's coming off from under the table.
All right, here we go.
Oh, stop it, bro.
Look at this, right? Hold
Dude,
on.
What's in there?
All right, here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Walker is about to open his gift. Sit down.
Dude.
Sit down.
Gotta get in the camera.
Sit down. And we're going to do one at a time.
Sure, unveil it.
I'm telling you what to do like a teacher here.
Dude,
One at a time. There is even
Christmas.
there's tissue paper.
Hey, did you tissue paper?
Come on, man. It was you. Pull it right out. You can throw the stuff on the
dude.
floor. Right to the floor. One at a time. Pull them out. It's okay. You don't put them back in after you take them out. Boom.
Dude, I love black long sleeves. This one's sick.
That's a black. Look at that sun on the
color's
sleeve.
dope on this one.
Yeah, man.
This is good looking, bro.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, dude. Thank you. That's fucking sick.
Yeah. And
Love
if it's
it.
not the right size, whatever, you're
Is it
stuck with it.
XL? Yeah, that's what I run it, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is super cool.
All right, carry
What
on.
else
Let's
is in
do this.
here,
I
bro?
love this part.
Where'd you get
I
all this
love
stuff?
it. Come on, man. What do we have here?
Dude, no way.
Come on, bro.
My
I
chick's gonna
see
be so rocks.
something here
Dog
is
harness,
that
bro.
Josh actually, we connected because you took the time to be in the Enjoy Your Life video, right?
Yeah, that was
And
my
in that
pops.
video, you and your beautiful girl, you had your sweet little dog with you. And I was like, that dog is definitely
That's
within the
so
size of
cool.
that. So I got you a
She's wanting to get-
dope harness.
My chick rocks. She's the best. She's been wanting to get a new harness too. She's gonna
There it
be
is.
so,
I
this
hope it's
one's
the right
nice,
color.
bro.
That's like a legit harness.
is
It's not
really
like
nice,
fashion,
bro.
whatever. It's a good one.
Ew.
Carry on. Throw it on the floor.
This
Let's
is too
go.
Nice, man.
Yeah. Get that. Just throw it
Sorry, I
right
had to
on the
pull that out. I had
floor.
to pull it out.
Here we go. What's next? CDs. We can fly through them.
Zoograss.
Hot. Yeah. Zoograss. They're really good. Hot Day at the Zoo. That's nice.
I have a CD player still in
Yeah.
my truck, by the way. I'm stoked on that.
Yeah.
Beneath the sheets.
Beneath the sheets. I don't know anything about them. I don't
Oh.
know. Free Volt. Yeah, boy.
This is the
That's
best
a good
one. In
one.
here for sure.
Yeah.
Couple stickers.
Some sticks. Throw it on the ground. I think it's fun when you
Dude.
throw it. You can't. Kazoo. There it is. I was wondering if you had kazoo
this,
skills.
bro?
Casper produced right in the Evolvement Music Studio. Much love to Steve Brady Casper. That's good, man. You'll
Stoked
like
to
it.
check that out.
Conscious hip hop right
Did you get
there.
another more soft
What do we
goods, man?
have here? What's this? What's this garment?
Oh, no way.
What's that?
Sick.
Oh, we MBPT. Yeah, boy. That's
time.
right. Love you, love you,
So I'll
love
let you
you.
guys let you know that I went out to restaurants the entire time. Never stopped.
Mm-hmm.
I was scared.
But you kept going.
V-neck, bro.
Wow, that's a
Involvement
V-neck.
V-neck? This is fucking sick.
Wow, that looks good
I
on
like to
you.
rock a real deep V,
Whoa.
bro. Real
Something
deep.
about gifts. It even makes me feel good. That's the thing with giving. It's a great
It's a
feeling.
little bit too much, man.
No. Aqua, what's that? What do we have there?
Gone but not forgotten.
I get a lot of free stuff. A lot of the
like
stuff in there is just stuff that was given to me. Now, when you flip that over and look at it, that's a real gift.
Oh, shit. Higher Education Music and Arts Festival.
That's 2 days, 2 tickets to a festival that's like $200 a ticket.
tickets, bro.
Yeah, there
This
you
is
go.
Sick in Lebanon.
There you go, buddy. All right.
Rocks. No,
That's the ticket from last year because
Got
it.
postponed.
Yeah, that's it,
Yeah.
and that's for you.
I'm definitely gonna go to this. Rock's
All right.
stoked on this.
Yeah, man.
Thank you,
You're
man.
gonna
That's
love
fucking-
that. There's some
This is
legit
a
acts
ridiculous
there.
gift
Mike
box.
Love, like
Now I have
it's
to go.
good.
I have to figure out a gift
And
box too.
you don't. I wasn't like.
in my office. I'm just teasing you. Merry little Christmas.
I
it's
wanted to be the
coming.
first person to say Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, you put it in there?
Yeah. Am I the first
I
one?
love this fucking time of year, man. Am I swearing too much?
Okay, I love you.
I
Whatever
swear
you
a
do.
shitload or something.
I don't
is
know what
this?
that is. We always get hippies that come through here,
Sample.
give us like that kind of stuff.
Twine.
You can always use twine,
Dude, seriously.
right? Right? I
Good
figured that.
for good reasons.
Yeah.
I golf too. I'm supposed to be golfing this
So
week.
look at that. I know you golf.
DT Solo? Good ball, bro.
Is that a decent ball?
Yeah, no. Any Titleist is a decent ball.
And I really got you those because of what's underneath it. Check it out. I hope that fits.
Dude, what is this? Aqua Cherry.
Aqua Cherry, good cats like New York or New Jersey or something. Good reggae.
Bro.
Does that fit?
Where'd you get this? Is this a sick ball shirt?
I'm going to be totally
I'm gonna
real
cover
with
your
you.
podcast all the time, bro.
So look at that right there. Nike
Toilet
Golf
fit.
Dry Fit. Where do you get that? I have to be truthful with you. Somebody bought it for me.
It doesn't fit you?
It doesn't fit me. And I was like, this thing is perfect for Josh, and he's coming
golf
over.
balls and a golf shirt.
Yeah, that's why there's no tag on it.
Virtual high five. Dude,
That's why there's no. I took the tag off.
That's
But
beyond.
that's it.
That's
What is
beyond
that?
generous, bro.
I like it. I like that part of the show.
I didn't know that part of the show was ever.
I get excited for it. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
That's
man.
Like, that's the best gift box I think I've fucking got. I don't even get gift box like that for Christmas.
I am good with the box, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Man. That means a lot. That's
yeah.
super cool.
Yeah,
I'll
bro.
run all that gear.
That was fun, right? That was a good couple 2 to 4 minutes.
I mean,
You liked it out there.
You told me there I was gonna get all that much free shit. I would have been on this podcast way sooner.
Also, I hope you have space for all that in your house.
Awesome.
All right, we're moving right along
Yeah.
here. So do you feel that at any point as a result of your success, and I know people are aware of your successes, they assume that there's still money coming in from Bern, which there is, you have this thing going on. As a result of your successes or even perceived successes, because a lot of people just like Josh, well, he's crushing everything.
Look at that 2010.
Do you feel any
Tacoma.
hate? You feel any hate from that?
Look
Anybody
at that
throwing
2010
shade?
Tacoma. He's killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's like I think you have to have a little bit of that. And like for me, because everyone wanted to be my friend for so long at Bern, that like hates more guys is like dudes that they you're your friend.
Yeah.
But like your acquaintance, some dude you met.
Yeah.
They'll lob in some messages every now and then. I mean, the male
Trying to keep in touch with you because
the
you're
male
cool,
ego is a weird thing, bro.
isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident and comfortable.
Yeah.
Pretty doesn't really, And I don't. There was a point in time where I was like, a little angry, a little bitter.
Yeah.
About some things, but like I just wish everyone well. I mean, I think like if everyone does good, everyone's gonna do good. Kind of on the same team, and your mission's your mission, your journey's your journey. This is the journey I'm on. I'd love for you to be a supportive friend and part of it. I'll do everything I can because I'm a good, loyal friend, and like that's the deal.
Yeah.
And that takes you where you go. You become what you do. You're an asshole. You're gonna become an asshole.
Yep. So you feel that there has been some unjustified hate thrown in your direction?
I think, man,
I think it's real, man. I
Yeah.
definitely. There's no doubt
Dude,
that
there's
happens.
so many haters out there. It's like the internet hate,
gosh.
and it used to bother me so much more.
It's
and,
like, and then
now
something
I'm just
happened.
like,
You're like, I'm fine with it.
the social media of like no press is bad press is it's part of it exists. Like,
Well, let's think about the
noticing what you're
individual
doing.
that's actually spending his time. Like he has a life. Here he is. He wakes up
You're
in
gonna
the
hate on
morning,
shit.
and then he goes out onto his little interweb device,
Yeah, they
and he
hate on
takes time from his life, his world, his potential to have an enjoyable day, and he puts up a comment that is negative towards somebody.
Yeah,
So I
sucks
think
for
that the
him.
market ultimately that you're dealing with haters is like just you can't really take it too serious, And the times where you do see it from people where you're like, I have respected that individual and always supported him, and now I hear this coming around. There's a few of them that you're like, wow, bro. And
weird.
people are telling me that he's talking about me, and he won't take the time to sit down with me, even though I called him on the phone and said, bro, we should sit and talk to make this right because I'm hearing some things, and they won't do it. Those are the people that they burned you a little bit, but then you got to be like,
especially when you have a bigger social circle, like a guy like yourself. I spend the most of my free time in a wetsuit or a fucking duck blind.
You hide out there, church in the ocean.
Not really, can't tell you the last time I've been to a bar. But that
Jay-Z and Kanye say there's no church in the wild, but I consider the ocean the wild, and that's church, right?
Yeah, that's wildlife right there. No doubt.
Yeah.
You're not controlling shit in that environment. That's if you live in the coast, you have to go a little bit inland to find the wild, or you just
Yeah.
turn your head and go towards the ocean.
It's wild out there. So let's go to the opposite side of that. Yeah, catching shade.
But haters suck.
Yeah,
But
they
you know
do.
what?
But
God bless them.
But like that's what I'm saying. I talk about it all. Like on this show, I had an special episode, which was the first one. I started it off with the fact it was the first time that there was more hate in the comments and in the sharing than there was love, and I was like, bro, we have made it. I know you haters hate me even more than ever.
Dude,
but
hopefully they'll hate the shit out of me.
Boy.
Hopefully when this post, they'll hate the shit out of me too.
I know.
I'll message you back and be like, "What's up,
man,
bro?
they're gonna be like,
how are
Walker
you, man?"
and Bernie are those two together. Two people. Like, yeah, man.
Oh, gives a shit.
Close the blinds, baby.
Yeah,
Welcome
for
to
sure.
shade.
For sure.
So I was saying the opposition to that is there are a lot of people that look up to you and are inspired by you. You have your true friends that seek inspiration and receive inspiration from you. A lot of youngins that look up to the brands that you've been a part of. How do I do that? So what do you provide for insight to people that are like, Josh, man, this is where I'm at, and I'm not happy with it, and I'm trying to do this. Is it realistic? What kind of inspiration or motivation or guidance do you provide?
Yeah.
Is it always that's a great idea, or are you the boy that's
No, it's never always that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And I think you got to pragmatically fucking look at what you're gonna try to do.
Yeah.
And see the upsides and the downsides and see if it's gonna work.
Before this filming started, we talked about some things that are going on, and you were
Some
like,
cool shit.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
But but
So I'm just saying,
some cool
again,
shit
you're
too.
true to your word, because we're boys, and you definitely told me before the show, like, I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
My goal is to help you.
That's why I respect you.
If I'm your friend and I got love for you, not the bullshit.
If you're like, dude, great, that's awesome.
Not the bullshit
that's
you.
a great idea.
Yeah, dude. Like, I spent fucking 20 years in a bullshit industry.
I wouldn't even bring it up to you if I didn't respect you like that.
There's too much bullshit, you know.
Your insight is valuable.
Yeah, it's too much bullshit. And dude, like, it's.
What are you telling the youngins?
fail.
Like, youngin comes up to you, I want to do this, or your friend comes up to you. What are you telling them?
You know, if it's a young person that comes up to me and they say they want to get into the ski and snowboard industry, I tell them to go fucking work in a shop.
Yeah.
And during this time right now, if you can't get a job in a shop, you know, get a job as a tech rep, get a job in the business. You gotta see what it's about. You gotta try to learn what it's about. If you're trying to like work in the deal because you've got like aspirations to become like a professional athlete in the sport, I'm not the one to give you a reality check.
Yeah.
But there's a reality check. You'd already know if you're going to be professional in any of those kind of things.
Trying to get a job at a snowboard shop to become a professional athlete, you already should know that ain't
noticed, and they get noticed on their own. That shit sorts itself out.
You go out there and you crush it.
That shit sorts itself. People knew who Henrik Harlow was when he was 13. That shit sorts itself out.
Like Scotty Lego, he's from Amesbury, middle of absolute nowhere. How'd he get on? He crushes it.
Everyone knew who Scotty Lego was when he was 12 years old. That shit sorts itself out.
Yeah.
Scotty's the fucking man. He rocks some 1620.
Mm-hmm.
He's the fucking. He's
been in this studio too. That's right.
Dude, one of the biggest badasses on the planet for sure. Like just an amazing fucking dude, an amazing hunter. I try to be honest, and you know, if it's an older person, they have a business idea. Like, listen, man, I'm a 2-time entrepreneur now. And I'd say I with some marginal success, but not like fucking out of the fucking park, like fucking, you know, success. So if I can impart any knowledge, if they don't have as much experience as me, I would. But most of the time, I'm trying to extract knowledge out from other people,
figuring it out along the way,
learn all the time, and
learning.
Like, I think the best advice I ever got, man, was from a college professor, and it was just basically like, you become what you do. Become what you do.
I almost had the same thing. My college professor was, you become what you think.
Yeah. You do something and you fucking are relentless, you can find success no matter what. Those levels of success, there's all kinds of factors of like timing and luck and fucking resources and all that stuff. But if you like, this is the fuck I want to do, like, no matter what, I want to be fucking the best fucking sushi chef, like, and I want to work at this restaurant in New York. Well, you might wind up in Scranton, but you still might make fucking 50 grand making sushi.
People sit there and wonder, like, how did that kid become the DJ on this station? He was the geek in our high school. Nobody liked him. I'll tell you why, boy. I'm going to tell you why these things happen. It's dedication. It's relentless commitment and drive. You continue to do it. Like, the lane is there. Yeah, you're the absolute best at being a DJ. Awesome, the lane is there for you. But those people that you see as the absolute best DJ, most of them fall off because it's too easy for them. It's the kids that are just grinding, hustling, determined. They get to where they're going. So what you're saying is like, yeah, there's a formula to actually start a business, grind, hustle, determined focus, where you can get to this level with it.
Yeah, you'll always, if you don't stop, you'll always get somewhere. Getting other places, there's some factors are out of your control, there's some factors are in your control. But like no matter
how much time, so this is what people often bring up. Man, I've been pushing this thing. I know it's the best. I get the best response, but I'm 3 years into it. Nothing is happening. Oh, man. And they're starting to feel like all this time that they've put in is nothing.
So, dude,
it's
a friend of
worthless.
mine who's a founder of one of the biggest breweries. I know we're sponsored by different, but one of the biggest,
Doesn't matter.
biggest breweries.
Spicket Brewery is good people. They love
New
people
England.
that brew beer. Yeah.
And he's a fucking absolute baller, super successful entrepreneur. Daniel Lanigan from Lord Hobo. Like, I was 3 years into 1620. I was sitting in his office, and I'm just like, dude, look, I'm so fucking crispy. Like, I don't know. And he was just like, looked at me, and he was like, fucking pick your balls up. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you better get ready for fucking 6 more.
Yeah.
And this is a guy that's built restaurants and built brands, and before COVID, fastest growing craft brewery in the country. Like, fucking, he's the man. So, like, that was a wake-up call for me in this journey 3 years into it. Probably one of the biggest wake-up calls that I had in the whole time.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, yeah, it's going to take time. Like, you got delusions of grandeur. I'm going to build something. I'm going to fucking do this, and I'm going to flip it in fucking 3 years. And make all kinds of money.
That's like some clown that really ultimately doesn't want to work.
You can flip your business, man, but you better be fucking ready to see what it's going to take.
You got to kind of buy into this. When you go into battle.
It's a battle.
You either come out or you don't come out at all.
It's a campaign.
That's right.
Fucking campaign.
So, like, put your head down, grind. You might see a lot of time when nothing's happening, but it all comes back, for me,
years
to the Chinese bamboo tree. You familiar with this?
The one that grows through you, and the Chinese bamboo, don't they like torture people and they fucking bamboo grows through them? You see this shit?
That is the weirdest thing.
That's real
and
shit.
Torture is not associated with anything I'm about to talk about. Torture. Hold on now. The Chinese bamboo tree, right?
Yeah.
You put this seed in the ground.
Yes.
This is real. The seed. You put it in the dirt outside of your house.
Yeah.
You water it every day. The next day, 1 year, 2 years, still watering it, 3 years. Your neighbor's like, what's up with this dude? He's watering nothing over there. 5 years. You hear me? 5 years later, that tree then breaks through the soil. Okay?
Yeah.
And in the next 5 weeks, it grows 90 feet tall. How long did it take to grow 90 feet tall? 5 weeks or 5 years and 5 weeks?
That's cool. I like that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where it's at. You got to put in the work.
Impressive scaling by the bamboo tree, too.
Isn't it?
That's some explosive growth. That's
Dude, it's ridiculous. I think it's 5 weeks and all of a sudden. Yeah, I mean, I could be exaggerating the growth phase. It could be
that's a fucking cool analogy, man. I like that
isn't
a lot.
it?
Yeah.
It's not mine. I stole it from somebody, and I can't even think of his name right now, but he's incredible. I wish I could remember his name.
I mean, that's very similar to what the years at Bern were like. And, you got to be, listen, you got to pick and choose your battles. You get an opportunity, you got to fucking chase it. And,
ultimately, we're trying to tell everybody that's coming up to you, like, what's going on. You like, stay focused, man.
Stay focused and stay positive and stay appreciative of what you got. And dude, the fact that you even have a fucking opportunity to think about working on something for 3 years, it's like your dream or your idea. Like, travel to a fucking place where people fucking, their dream or their idea is, holy shit, am I gonna fucking eat this week?
Yeah.
So like, if you are in this country and you're bitching about fucking the fact that your fucking shit hasn't worked after 3 years, whatever your fucking idea is on, like, you need a fucking reality.
Yeah.
The fact that you even have the opportunity to fucking do this shit, the fact that I have an opportunity to fucking work in the ski and snowboard industry, start a clothing brand in my hometown, you fucking kidding me? That's being born into like the fucking sickest world of like opportunity. Yeah. Does not exist many places in the world, and like people have a real fucked up provincial look at the world because they haven't been anywhere.
Oh, like, they haven't. They talk about it, but they never have experience firsthand.
They have opinions on our country. They have big opinions on stuff, and they've never fucking been.
Start telling you, you're like, yeah, in Germany they do this. You're
never
like, you ever been to Germany? They're like,
they've never been to Europe. They've never been to Asia Pacific. They've never been to any of these places. Yeah. Like, you don't fucking know.
Nah, man, and that carries on for not just talking about locations around the world, for anything. You watch the news or wherever you gather your information, then you try to tell me about it like it's fact. I'm like, bro, firsthand is the only thing that is real here.
For sure. Yeah. We're very lucky. We're on a podcast fucking drinking.
Woo! Our life is good, man. I understand that. I definitely know that we put in work to create the life that we have, but at the same time.
My point is, like, you got to appreciate it. Yeah. You got to appreciate the position you're in to have the opportunity to do it. And you got to revel in the journey and in the constant battle and the struggle. It's like, dude, you got to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And like I get that a lot from my chick Rox because she's the one who drills it
you're
into my
reading
head.
my mind right now.
She's the one who drills it into my head, man.
Yeah.
She really keeps me in check. Where like,
let's give Roxanne the proper love here. So your lady.
My lady, my fiance, we're supposed to get married in May, but COVID fucked it all up. We're gonna get married on Plum Island. We're gonna do this rad ceremony with like 50 people at this sick ass restaurant down the island. We had it all lined up. It got fucked.
I know you're not these people, but shout out to the dudes that was supposed to get married during COVID, and then they were like, I don't really want to do this, and then they couldn't get married, and now they found a way out. All right. So you guys are supposed to get married. You got pushed, but Roxy.
Rox is awesome.
You love her.
Yeah, she's amazing.
What does she do?
She's a trainer. She's also like a professional fitness
trainer.
athlete.
Okay.
She's an IBF pro, which is like the toughest division in that, like bikini pro, is the toughest division in that whole world. And she's a trainer now. She's got a bunch of amazing clients. She just trained a client that in her first competition won all 3 divisions. She entered this amazing woman.
I just saw the post go up. I'm like, what? This is what she's doing? I was like, oh, that's
and
next
Rox,
level.
like, she learned it herself. She taught herself. She had no coaches to get to the position. She had one coach and she got a pro card. And now she's got a bunch of great clients, some local women. I mean, she's the real deal with it. She's like holistically looks at the whole thing when she's training someone. And she's just a really good person.
What's her Instagram, Jam?
Her Instagram, she just changed it. So can I check?
Golly. Don't be flip-flopping, Roxy. What is it? I hope this is the final name. I hope you talked to Josh about the name here.
Hold on a second. Do not get pissed at me.
Oh, my gosh. He loves you so much. The love is so real.
Fit_by_Roxanne. And that's with
Fit by Roxanne
_
underscore.
1X. Used to be Rox Body Fit, which Rox, it's easy to remember. We might want to change it back. I help her with marketing a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know how she. Anyway, let's just give love to it.
She's the bomb. She's awesome.
Fit_by_ Roxanne 1X. Yeah, 2 N's.
She's the best.
Yeah, that's great. I wanted to make sure we gave her the proper love.
She's went through a crazy surgery. She broke her femur really bad.
Oh, God.
She had to get hardware taken out of her leg. And she just went through that surgery.
Dude, anytime you say she had to take hardware taken out of her leg.
She's dealing with some stuff. She's already like, dude, this surgery, you're supposed to be like on crutches.
Soldier.
She's walking in like 2 days. I'm walking. I'm like, Jesus
Christ. She was already like, how's this pose with my leg that I can't bend?
She's
and I'm like,
clients like 1 day out of surgery. But she's doing great. Her business is doing really well, and she's awesome.
Yeah, so I was going to ask, I see that a lot of people that are successful have extensively traveled the world, but we've kind of covered that with you already, like expanding your mind. Yeah. Yeah, you saw a lot of that through Bern. Have you continued to travel? Like
not as much as I want to.
That's right, because you're 5 years into just working every day.
I've traveled a lot of places in the States I've never been to before.
Hold on, Josh. You need to really...
I can't slow it down.
I know, but Roxanne, you could use a little, just you and her time.
Dude, big time.
That would be good.
I know we were talking about that today. We're like going to get our floors done. She's like, we can rent the VRBO. And
Roxanne, I'm
encouraging
him to
because our floors are getting done.
Spend time with you.
We need a vacation, both of us.
What's the dog's name again?
We got 2 of them, man. Hazelnut.
You have 2 dogs? I only thought there was 1.
Hazelnut and Jack.
Oh my God! I'm sorry to whichever one
only
got.
one of them wears a harness. So
oh golly! Take back my apology.
Nailed it.
Crushing it without no accidental genius. So, we did that. This is great. This is really great. You're a nice guy, and I think that's so valuable,
I try
man.
To be. I've probably been an asshole many times in my life.
You feel like when we talked on this a little bit.
Who'd want to be an asshole? Like, who'd want to be an asshole?
I'm going to go ahead and let you know that a lot of people, it's sad. It's not right. Like
that Modest Mouse song. Like, fuck would want to be such an asshole?
It's hard to understand, but a whole lot of people...
Dude, that means that they're just pissed off inside themselves because, like, you have one trip and it's like you really want to spend it like being pissed. What I hate most about haters is when I find myself
hating the haters,
and I'm like looking at something and be like, man, I want to fucking hate this shit.
Oh God,
this fucking shit.
Yeah, they're drawing it out of you.
What's going on?
Oh yeah, you should be like, I should be on the positive news page, right? And like, those flowers are beautiful.
Pour the haterade out.
Yeah,
bro.
you don't
Stop
need
with
that
shit.
You really don't.
Like these fashion brands, like this is the roughneck pant. It's like, dude, I would never even call one of our pants a roughneck pant. The definition of a roughneck is a guy who fucking works on an oil rig.
Yeah, I don't actually know.
And I want to hate on it when I see this fucking brand advertising this shit on fucking Instagram, but I don't do it. I don't hate it.
No,
I'm above that shit.
You should be. I can see that it's getting to you a little bit.
Like
Were you I actually have 2 questions. Were Were you the kind of guy that punched people in the face? Because I just saw a little bit of the maybe when it goes down.
Been in a few scraps.
Whoa, boy, we're getting into this now.
Yeah, a guy was in my office tonight.
Josh, the boss,
he'd been
coming
more
out.
Scraps. You can tell when guys have been in real scraps.
Yeah.
I got all my teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Guys have been in real scraps, bro. You can see it in their fucking face. You can see it in their teeth. That's not me.
Mine is a fake look. I got kicked in the mouth, but it was playing football. It wasn't a fight.
That's not
so.
me.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to avoid scrapping.
So let's be very real for a second. I definitely said that we wanted to get to know the individual that is Josh Walker as a human. It seems rarely, as we've been talking for however long it's been, that your life has just been beautiful and perfect and nice and everything is good. And like this is kind of like what people see from the outside. Like, yeah, here's another guy saying work hard and do it.
Yeah.
But it really seems
he's at
like
all his opportunity.
from everything that he's told us, where he's from, his relationship with his dad, like all these things, that his life is perfect. So he has no idea. Like there are people that they think that. Like I know that is a real interpretation.
Right.
So are there any things in your life, defining moments, great challenges, things that you view as struggles or strife that shaped you as an individual outside of the great relationship with your dad and the guidance there? Like there are things that like, okay, so you're just telling me you see these posts, right? And they draw this thing out of you. Where does that come from? How do you have that in you? Because I know, like, I do things now, and I'm like, whoa, that's my 18-year-old, like, jump out of the car and tackle somebody's side. Wow, I thought that was gone. Oh, my gosh, I got to work on this. So where is there anything that defined you that wasn't so, was your life really that
Listen, I'm not going to
really
sit here
nice?
and say that I have not been super blessed. And I'm very spiritual, and I feel like I've been very blessed. And I think I've been most blessed with family. Just amazing parents that are like my best friends. Just amazing parents.
Yeah.
An amazing brother. And like that's where like I've been really blessed there. I think everyone's faced challenges in their life.
Yeah.
I've faced challenges, some injuries, you know, some professional challenges.
Yeah.
Some
most certainly
some social challenges.
Yeah.
Some relationship challenges.
Yeah.
And
So,
failed in a lot of all of those things.
So as you say that, this leads to another thing. So I can see, and I'm just being so real here. I can see as I'm asking you this question, like, what struggles did you face? What challenges did you have? And you almost feel like you have to have one, right? When I'm asking you that. But I think this brings up a whole other side of things, which is you don't have to feel bad because you didn't have those. You don't have to reach for struggles or strifes to say, like, I'm here and I had a hard time.
Listen,
I think it's all right to actually have come through a lane. You were born into something. Don't feel bad about it. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like,
No, I hear you. And like, you know, I wasn't fucking born a Rockefeller, and I will knock on wood. I mean,
no,
I feel
like middle class.
But I
get it.
I also didn't like, you know, I haven't had
Nobody
to
was
fight.
punching you in the head,
cancer,
locking you in your room.
Like, there's people that have some fucking real hardships, man. And like, I don't think for a second I don't wake up every day when I talk to our maker and thank him for the blessings in my life and appreciate the fucking shit out of him, because, you know, being successful, being unsuccessful, working hard, having a vision, there's some shit that can just take you off the fucking field, man, and you don't even ever see coming, and that's the kind of hardship. It's like, you know, health is fucking wealth in a lot of ways, and it's scary. And we've all lost friends to substances, we've all lost friends to fucking sickness and all that kind of shit. I mean, I think my message is just like, my overall message is like, you gotta appreciate, if you're somewhere right now on YouTube watching this, or you're somewhere right now tuning into us talking about this stuff, and you're here right now, and some of these things are resonating with some opportunities or things going on in your life. I mean, dude, you're in a good place. You have a roof over your head. You get some clothes. You had lunch. You're in a fucking good
How valuable
place.
is self-reflection?
It's huge, you know.
Do you feel that a lot of people, that you're blessed to have the ability to self-reflect? Because it's not everybody that even does that. That sits down and goes,
what did I say?
What's going on here? Okay. How should I proceed? Am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
You have that. You do that.
Empathy for the situation, for the people you're dealing with and the situations, and trying to do the right thing. Try to do the right thing.
We got pretty serious.
Try to do the right thing.
Yeah.
It's easy to not do the right thing, you know? I mean, like, had a lot of opportunities in my life to not do the right thing, and
I'm sure you've done plenty. Like
I've seen a lot of guys make it.
Sorry,
but it's
sorry
like,
to anybody, but in the Bern balling out days, there's some wild opportunities that present themselves. Like I know that scene,
but that
bro.
party stuff, like that's the fun stuff. I'm talking like how you operate your business.
Oh yeah, I could
how you
actually
operate your personal finances, how you treat people, how you
morality,
how you can operate,
yeah,
and like how you try to lift people up, man. How you try to just try to lift what's going on.
Do you support people
lift.
in your industry?
Absolutely. Yeah.
There's like two veins on this topic. There's two ways that people go with it. I know from many things that I do in previous shows like this that I've done that people would question me like, why are you bringing that guy on? He does the same thing that you do. That's your competition. And I'm like, bro, competition means my industry exists. And this dude is out there hustling for my industry the same way that I am. So I respect, because if like there's no other workwear companies, obviously you can look at it like, oh, here's my monopoly, but really that industry doesn't exist. So I view competition as like, those are my homies. Another workwear company comes into town.
Strength in numbers,
boy.
baby.
Yeah.
I got just a quick story on that. It was a big lesson for me this year, because I wasn't always in this spot, but the biggest workwear brand in the world is Carhartt, and there's a guy there who's a super talented guy, absolutely legendary guy, VP of Creative. His name's Brian. He's the guy that does he's the guy that does all the big shit with Jason Momoa and all the celebrities, and like he's the fucking man. Like he does the sickest shit.
You do swear a lot. Carry on.
He does the sickest stuff for Carhartt, and man, he went out of the way to communicate with me, to try to lift us up, to get us in conversations with Carhartt for a potential partnership, to get us on the phone with the CEO, talking to like the owner of the fucking brand, and like he taught me a lot about that. Like there is certain lanes, and a rising tide does lift.
Yes,
and you can be direct competitors in certain marketplaces, but if on this side of it, we're both engaged in the U.S. manufacturing game and trying to lift up the American workforce, that there's enough stuff on this side of the ball that trumps this stuff on Instagram. And what
almost like you can't even use that word anymore, like in a regular sentence.
What's it really about? So it was a big lesson for me, how he treated me, how he's helped us, his advice he's given me. And that was like, even I just turned 44, right? This is at 43 when
You're 44?
44. So
damn, this
shout
dude
out to that
looking
dude,
good
man.
for
like,
shout out to 44 looking fit. I was gonna guess like you were like my
Brian,
dad almost.
Big lesson with that stuff. And like rising time, man. Like if it's for the right things, and like and
I just support people that are on a mission to lead a life that provides them with personal inspiration and allows them to fulfill the yearning to be themselves. Yeah. And if that is in my industry and direct competition, the love continues to exist. You got somewhere to go?
I was checking my watch. I didn't know how long we've been talking.
This guy's hard to tie down here. I'm not trying to let him go. I'll never see him again.
I did like 2 15-hour days in a row in this catalog we're doing,
We just talked about no sleep, sleep one eye up. Don't give me any.
I'm sorry, I'm complaining about it. I swear all the time, bro. Like a
don't
sailor.
fall asleep on me.
I'm like a sailor.
Don't make me feel like you don't want to be here, Josh.
No, do you have? Should I get another beer?
Yeah, I think you should.
Can I get up and get
I'll
one?
get it. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it for us.
Low alcohol percentage.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Or if you have do you have any sparkling water over there?
I'm gonna give you both.
All right, perfect.
You have to open the beer first.
I'll open the beer first. Because these are the best. We give these guys another shout out, or what?
I got a specific question.
This is my favorite one, the Fresca. Wow. This fucking beer is really good. This is the first one I crack every time I come over here. You can just use it as a poll quote or an Instagram ad. The Fresca, this beer is really fucking good. Bleep. The craziest thing ever though is the fact that you can swear right now in marketing. You can swear on the internet. You can fully fucking swear in advertisements and shit. It's awesome. Gracias.
We don't want to show that can.
Gracias. We'll hide this can. What do we got here?
We only showed.
I like the clean water better beer. That's a cool one.
Yeah. So let's do this. You ready? Open that.
What is this?
Open that beer. It's a Spicket River Brewery beer. Let's open it. Take a sip. We are here on Offering Something with Josh Walker, the man behind 1620 Workwear. I want to know, what do you think about that Spicket River Brewery beer?
This could be the best beer I've had, actually. What is this one called? No Labels?
No Labels. The best
That's a
beer
fucking
you've had.
Really good beer.
Wow.
Best beer I've had from Spicket River. I got to have a couple more. But this is
Wow.
a really good beer. I put
Because-
this right up there. And I'm not a huge craft beer guy. I'll buy like a couple 4-packs and they'll last me. And I drink beers every night. But I'll buy a couple 4-packs and they'll last me like, the week.
Yeah.
Where like a 12-pack will last me like a night.
So if you saw Spicket River Brewery on the shelf in your
I
local
would buy
store,
this,
you'd
yeah.
buy it.
Yeah, if it's next door, I'm going to probably buy some next time I'm in there.
Wow.
Hopefully No Labels in there because this one's the tastiest so far.
Josh, I love you.
I thought Fresco was my favorite, but
Wow. Because
This is
before
better.
the Fresca, you were like,
Yeah.
this Fresca is
this
the
is
best
more.
beer I've ever
This
had.
is like more has that more like
Ooh.
citrusy pop to it.
You like that
Yeah.
pop.
A
No
little
Labels.
smoother, not as hoppy.
You should say, Mike, before you drink that beer, you should open it. and
What,
then, and then I would.
What's the Enjoy My Life beer gonna taste like?
Oh, that's confidential information the world doesn't know about
Yeah,
yet.
edit that shit out. We're gonna edit that shit out.
No, we're keeping it in because we want to give inside information to our dedicated followers. We
underground
love you.
hype
We
team.
love you. Love ya. Love ya. Okay, here's a question. What is one reason, perhaps, why you wish that you just had a regular job?
So I could not give a fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking get in there at like 9:05 and leave at 4:45.
Here's another
Fucking-
question. How do you think the people feel that have a regular job that that is your response? That their job means that they don't have to give a curse word that Josh
If I had
Walker would
3
say.
kids, I would. That's what I'd be doing. You
Yeah.
know, and like,
So what? Are you gonna have kids?
yeah, we're gonna try.
Nice.
I hope I'm not shooting blanks. I don't think I am, man. Copious amounts of marijuana. This-
Wow. There he is.
No, I
Your
don't-
guide. Your leader.
Shit happens. No, I don't think I am, and we're gonna try.
I think you will have the most beautiful
gonna try,
children,
yeah.
and you will
We're
be an
both super
exceptional
late
father.
bloomers. Everyone's like, "You guys are a little old to have kids." We're both super late bloomers, and
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't even
even
know what that
have any
means.
gray hair yet, and I'm 44. I'll be fine.
Hey, okay, age doesn't
know,
matter.
you're-
Doesn't
I'll be
matter. You
fucking
guys are in shape.
I'll be 65, looking
In
like your
shape.
husband at 45. Don't worry about it.
Who are your favorite comedians?
That's a really good question.
Isn't it?
man.
Isn't that?
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter at all. But
Yeah.
it matters to me, Josh.
I mean, could it be a comedic actor, or does it have to be a stand-up comedian?
We could do that.
I mean, Chappelle's the funniest motherfucker on the
Chappelle.
planet.
So he's a comedian though.
He's the funniest
also,
motherfucker on
But
the
you
planet.
find his.
He's the funniest motherfucker on the planet.
Oh,
I mean,
there
if it's
it
a
is.
comedic actor, I mean, I love Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
He's the best. Dude. He's the best, dude.
Wow.
I mean, like the characters that he has created are just so timeless, bro. Cool
I
Pond.
fully agree. Any one of
times.
those movies from the early 80s
He
until
did shoot
now.
all the golfers. He's the best.
To the point of where, like, if you're taking your time out of your life and flipping through your social media,
Yeah. You just stop and
and
watch.
his face, just a picture of his face goes
Oh,
by,
yeah.
you're like,
Iconic.
ha, oh my God, Bill Murray.
Iconic.
Somebody puts up a picture of Bill with Bill Murray, and you're like, he is real.
I watch Scrooged every Christmas. It's the fucking best movie.
Wow, not a Christmas story? Nothing about you'll shoot your eye out, kid? That
Scrooge
seems like
is the
something you
best.
watch.
Scrooge is the best Christmas movie ever made.
I feel like you, your dad, Big Nate, the
Dude.
rugged, and Grandpa.
Nate's a house.
What'd you call the grandfather when
Nate's
he
a
was
house.
alive when you were a kid? Yeah,
Hank Walker. That bridge right there is named after him. Right here.
Wow,
in
when
town.
you have
Hank
bridges
Walker.
named after you
He's a
in
legend.
absolute middle of
legend.
nowhere suburb towns,
He's an amazing wildlife artist, and he gave every dollar he ever made from selling his paintings, basically, to like
you guys are never
DU and Ducks Unlimited and like,
painting.
Parker River.
Really, you
He's
gave
a
them all away.
wildlife artist. Gave him like pretty much most of the money he made away. Yeah,
Wow.
that's why they name bridges after you, man. If you're
That's because
you-
Big Hank is a
care.
legend.
Hank's
Yeah.
a legend, bro.
Yeah.
He's an absolute legend.
I'm sorry if I'm calling him Big Hank. I like adding.
You can call
I
it-
like
you can call
making
him
it
Big
like
Hank.
a nickname thing. It's something I
Hank.
do.
He's
Something I
amazing.
do. I used to work
I
with this
wish
guy.
I,
He loved it.
Wish I was a little older when he was.
Yeah. I mean, life is just a tragedy in so many ways, like an unavoidable.
The
Like,
bitch.
this is heart wrenching just to be alive.
An hourglass.
Yeah, it's wild. And like,
Hourglass.
we're here right now. And I often ask this question, and it's a perfect segue. Thanks for the segue.
Yeah.
We die. We're all impermanent, right? Many of us hide from that fact. Many of us don't think about the fact that we're impermanent until we're of an older age, and some of us think about our impermanence at a much younger time. We are impermanent. We pass. True? Now, that can happen at any moment. We assume it happens later in life. All things work correctly, and I'm dying from 70 to 100.
Mm.
But we must, as humans, consider the fact that you could die now while we're here together today. This whole scene could go sideways. Yeah. I could die. You could die. It could be this is what happened. So if that was to happen, if one of us was to die today or tomorrow,
some morbid
shit. It's morbid, but it's real. And it's not morbid. I don't look at it like that, really.
I'm teasing.
Because where this is going, I don't look at it in a morbid sense. So you're dying.
Yeah.
And you have some thoughts. You have a few moments to think. Are you dying with regret? Or are you dying with a sense of, you know what? I'm proud of the human being that I am and the tattoos all over my body. Do you feel incomplete? Do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel like you're laden with regret? I'm talking about right now.
I've been so fucking fortunate and so blessed, and I feel like there was a 10-year period in my life that I did what I always dreamed about doing.
Yeah.
And
like glory days.
This dream I always do about doing, and like you can that can never be taken away from me.
Yep.
Those memories can never change. Those experiences can never change. They're with me. They're part of me, and blessed because that's not everyone's journey in life.
Right.
You know.
No, it's not at all. Yeah.
There's, congenital heart defects, there's fucking cancer, there's fucking, strife, there's fucking all the things that, like, can be part of your experience as a human on this planet. So I just, no regrets at all, just feel lucky. Feel absolutely fucking blessed.
You say blessed often.
Yeah. Sure. I'm fucking spiritual as hell, man.
So is it associated with a textbook religion, a denomination, or is this a blessed?
I believe in God. I believe in Jesus for sure.
I don't know what that means. Is that a particular religion?
I mean, like, so my mom was super Catholic. My dad was a Protestant. My mom raised me with strong Catholic beliefs.
You live by the Bible, or no?
I mean, I would aspire to live by.
You would,
but I don't like read the Bible every day. I do have like some Christian passages in bathrooms and here and there, and I definitely read stuff, and I pray every single day.
Okay. You're not supposed to talk about religion or politics. I don't care.
Religion's a good thing, man.
I think this is entertaining content
praying,
here.
Bro.
So,
a good thing.
This is what's always confusing to me. This is honest and genuine. When you are of a specific denomination and this is your thing and this is your Bible and this is your way, does that say that other ways are wrong or not real?
I think it's pigeonholed too much. Like, listen, I believe in Jesus, and I'm super religious, and I'm super Catholic, but I'm also like all about pro-choice and a woman having the right to do whatever she wants to do. It's not.
How do you? Okay, so this is even greater. How do you live in the contradiction?
People get hammered of like what religion should be through fucking all these media outlets and everything. Religion's about your connection with God. Religion's about.
That's what I'm saying. So how is it your connection with God, but the book is involved?
And whatever your God is, or whatever you want to talk and like. You could be an atheist, but you might worship fucking something in your life that's fucking natural or outdoors, and like whether you know it or not, I mean that's your God. Yeah. And like I believe in Jesus Christ, and like that's who I pray to, and it's about me and my relationship, how I talk to him, and what it does for me, and like I don't actively go to church,
right?
But I'm super spiritual.
Do you? Do you try to convert people?
No.
Okay.
Not at all, man.
I don't know how it works.
Like
I'm not tied to any one thing. I just think
it's cool that there's so many different religions and so many in different places in the world. Human beings worship differently. That's cool, man.
Because you said you're welcoming of other things. So
my belief is that
is it a different God for a different denomination?
Just like there's different food, man. There's different ways to worship whatever that creative.
There's a bunch of gods.
Whatever that creative being is, or whatever it is, or whoever they are. But there's more to this world than the physical plane we live on, bro.
Next question.
Yeah.
I love you, right?
Yeah.
I look at you as like a great human being, somebody that I'm being honest and open with because I respect you. Now, can you 100% love me because I am not a part of that religion? Is there would I be better? This is a genuine question. Would I be a little bit, any smile happen, if I came to you and told you I was now whatever you said, Catholic?
I have
curious.
I have wicked Bible thumping friends. So
That's okay.
And I got Arab friends.
Yep.
Like it's dude. Like I don't give a shit about how you believe or how you talk to God. Not at all.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah. If you have a relationship with them and you're down with them, like that's cool. It's good for you. That's your own shit, man. Just like it's like what you like to do with your chick in the fucking bedroom. That's your own shit. I'm not up. Like,
I like how Jesus is right next to whatever you do with your girl in the bedroom.
Dude, like it's like it's like that's your own shit.
I don't think Jesus was into girls. I don't know how that works.
That's your own shit, man. Covenant between a man and a woman. That's your own shit. And like,
thanks for talking about that in a normal way and not being mad at me because I'm not trying to disrespect anything.
Bro. I don't get.
I just like.
I'm glad I have it in my life. Like it's cool and it works for me, man.
I know you brought up skiing. What do you do outside of that? What are your hobbies? You got some time? You're like flicking around, like
I'm way into,
what are you doing?
I'm way into surfing, and I'm terrible at it, but I'm way into it. And I try to basically spend any free.
Because I introduced you as a surfing savage.
Yeah,
so
any
you're
free moment I have, I'm trying
you're
to
in the
chase
water.
it down. It's good at. And
have you ever surfed with Pat Hall?
Yeah, dude.
Is he good, or is it just like the hype behind the fact that he looks like an animal?
No, Pat's
the kid looks crazy.
Pat's a good surfer.
Pat, I know you're watching this. You better have made it this far. No. You are beautiful.
He's a fucking animal. He's a good surfer. I've seen that dude like surfing like crazy beach break on a paddleboard, like death drops into fucking
because
bare
Pat
sand
is
on a
fine
paddleboard.
with dying.
I mean, nobody would be pulling into the fucking closeouts on the beach in a fucking paddleboard. You just get fucking killed. Pat's a beast. I surfed with him a couple mornings ago. He surfed great. I want to get him on a shorter board. But he's got great style, and he's fucking paddle monster.
Yeah. So what are you riding out there? You're on like a 5.6?
No, I'm fucking 200 plus pounds. I got this kid in Rhode Island shaped me this awesome board. It's a 6'1", but it's got 40 liters in it, so it's like real thick and heavy. Yeah. But I'm not. There's so many amazing surfers.
Are you out there you're like shredding?
I wouldn't say I'm shredding. There's a lot of kids around here that are shredding.
Yeah.
There's some kids here that if they grew up in Southern California. In pro surfing's heyday, would probably have been sponsored and stuff. There's so many amazing underground talent. There's so many amazing.
Are you like, hey man?
So many older dudes, bro.
I used to work with Bern, and I think that like
no, there's so many older dudes though that like if he was on a snowboard maybe. There's so many older guys that are amazing surfers.
Is there no helmets involved in the water at any point ever? Has that become a thing yet?
There's helmets in surfing. When like there's definitely guys that are wearing them. Guys that have had head injuries are wearing them. Guys who are surfing over like crazy reef breaker are wearing them. For me, it's a new sport in my life, right? So I spent my whole life just skiing.
Yep.
And skied at a really high level, and worked with a bunch of pro athletes and so immersed in it. Where like surfing was so new, and I was like, I've only been surfing like just about 10 years, and I was like a super newbie. And
newbie, and they're calling you that other thing that people say.
Like
what is it?
Like, dude, I was so bored of skiing in the East
Coast. Dude.
I was so bored of skiing in the East Coast. So like, I'm gonna go ski this mountain again today. It's like do the same fucking 15-second run, literally skiing. I'm just like, I wanted something that was a little more challenging. And dude,
Roxy is going to be telling you to clean up your mouth.
Surfing is the hardest sport of all time. I can't not swear, man. That's how I communicate. I'm on a podcast drinking.
That's it. I love it. It gives me some good material here. So
fuck. You added all my swears into one thing.
What are you afraid of? Does anything scare you?
I'm afraid of losing my parents, man. I'm so afraid of like seeing my dad get old and shit. Like, that dude's just like my ultimate North Star. I've been more afraid of disappointing my dad than getting arrested than anything in my entire life. I've been getting hurt, getting sick. Like, I'm more afraid of disappointing my dad than anything else. So that's the shit that's.
Yep. And you're just a really honest.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that.
Wow. Yeah. I don't want to think about it either. That would be a double morbid scene, and we're not trying to do that. Let's do the opposite. Tell me your perfect moment. Like, this is it. I like to say it like this. People that watch the podcast, they know. You're lying in your bed, right? You and Roxy are in your bed, and it's like it's 6:13 a.m. Right? It's a Sunday morning. You have nothing to do. She's not training. You're not doing anything. You're sleeping. You're all cozy and cuddly in there. Your feet, you're rubbing them together. You got your new clean blankets. And then all of a sudden, you're naked. You're spooning or forking, whatever the thing is. And then all of a sudden, it's a double slap situation. One of her cheeks and one of yours. Boom. You wake up, you see me, and I'm like, you have 15 seconds to tell me exactly what you want to do. Anything in the world. Go. 15, anything. I'm paying for it. 14, 13. I don't have to be there. 12. What is it? You only have 12 seconds left. Go. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Where are you going?
I want to be at a fucking badass barbecue with my entire family.
That's it. Where's the barbecue?
Barbecue's
Paint me
in
a
my
picture.
backyard in fucking Newberry.
Newberry. Who's the family? I know your dad's there,
Yeah,
Nate's
my mom,
there,
my dad,
Roxy's
my brother,
there,
my
the
nephew,
dogs.
my sister-in-law, Roxanne,
Wow.
my pops, my cousins, my cousin Benny.
This kid is just like, you're
That would
almost
be
like,
perfect.
this guy is too nice. You're so nice.
Those are the best times.
You're such a good guy.
But dude, I didn't.
I'm sorry that I slapped you and your girl while you were trying to sleep.
You gotta be 44 sometimes to think that way, because I would have said something totally different at 22. You bet your ass. But when you see the fucking finish line get a little closer, you realize that, man, like it's an hourglass. Fuck, it takes so much.
And
shit
because of your religion, you can't believe in reincarnation.
You take so much. I would love that that's
good.
real. I want to come back as a sea otter. You take so much shit for granted. Everyone takes so much shit for granted, brother. They do.
It's true. Well,
you and me included. We all do.
Yeah.
Human nature.
On that topic, Josh, I want to take this moment right now to strictly salute you, right? So the reason that you're here today is that, one, you're offering something exceptional in your field. You are excelling. It's from a place of love, and you are succeeding in your field. The other reason, and the more important reason, is that you are an individual, and I see this from afar, and I see it in our conversations. You're an individual that is offering something positive and productive to the people that you come across in your life. So I'm saluting you. Like Nori says on Drink Champs, I'm giving you your roses while you're here, because a lot of times people pass, and then we start releasing all the great things about him. You didn't know this dude was this good, and you see him when they pass away, and you're like, wow, that guy must have been the best ever. What I'm doing right now is, in this moment, letting you know while you're here, because people don't do this enough. There's some sort of problem with, like, grown-ass man telling grown-ass man, like, I'm proud of you, bro. From over here where I sit, I look out, and I'm proud. I see you doing your thing, and it makes me feel good. He's out there hustling, he's succeeding, and he's a good person with it. So I'm just saluting you.
Thank you, brother.
And that's why you're here. I want you to know that.
I appreciate
all
it.
reality
It
and respect.
Cool to talk. I mean, I'm sorry that I swear so much, but it's cool to talk to you, man. That was a great conversation.
About that, man.
And the gift box was amazing. This is like next level. This is totally gonna get me out of a doghouse for being late home 5 nights in a row this week. Roxanne,
buddy.
thank you.
You seriously going over there tonight?
She's
like,
you worked till 11 o'clock the last 3 nights, and you what?
Dude,
no, she's cool.
Like,
she doesn't get like
kind of hard
to
tie down. And
she doesn't get like that at all, actually, which is pretty damn cool.
So we're definitely giving shout outs and loves to Roxanne, to Hank, to your dad, your brother Nate, to Teddy.
Yeah.
Who else? Who else are people that are in your corner that, like, they're not your business people, they're not in the shine like that, but the people that are your rock in your life?
You know, Patrick, that dude's basically family to me, and my friends and families that invested in my company. You know, the Gandolfi brothers and J-Mo and Matty Von Dett, and the guys that have come in and really kind of supported us and been a part of this. It's not easy to believe in someone's vision. It's not easy to put your money where your mouth is, and it's such a really good feeling to have when people that are close to you, friends and family, believe in you. Jake Pickman out in Nantucket, and they invest their hard-earned money in one of your business ideas. But it's a really good feeling when you start to find the success. We got a great valuation this year. We got through our Series A. We raised it like in less than 30 days, and we had our biggest month in September, and it's tracking like really well. Still a shitload to do and a lot of work, and none of it's easy. I'm not sitting here bragging.
Because you dropped something that I'm not asking. Like, is the catalog announced yet to the public?
Catalog is announced.
So what's up with the catalog? I know this has been,
I don't know how many
I'm trying to get Josh to come in this room, and I got to get a catalog. I'm like, human. He's a catalog.
Never done. I've done like over 30 catalogs. One of my burn days, I've never done a consumer mailing book. Like a
catalog. The Sears catalog used to come to my house when I was a kid, and I would check off, like, I want Tonka.
Catalog, and you'd be like, what the fuck? Some people think we're crazy, but everyone has thought we're crazy from the beginning.
You're putting a lot of money into the actual development of the catalog.
Yeah, we're testing it, working on with Dave Whittemore, my designer, when I was at Bern, who's amazing, super talented.
What's it, Dave Whittemore?
Dave Whittemore, yeah. I don't want to blow him up because he's got a full-time job, but he's the
right.
fucking
Forget
man.
that name.
He's
Forget
the man.
it. Yeah,
One of
he
the
does
best
crush.
designers I've ever worked with, and like it's so cool to see that what he's become as an art. He's like an artist. Like,
Yep.
it's wild to see him do his thing. And yeah, we're pumping it out, and you know, you go through this whole process where you get like all kinds of random addresses and submit your customers and do all that. It's like a crazy process to do a mail
How
order
are you
catalog.
choosing the markets where you're distributing these based
You rely
on
these
prior
big,
sales?
These big data aggregators that specialize in catalog stuff, and you only
Specific to
you
your
have to have a
history?
certain amount of customers to even do this shit. You have to be able to give them enough of your customer data.
That's what I'm saying,
Get into this pool
Okay.
to be able to send a mail order. Not anyone can be like, oh, I'm going to send a mail order a catalog. It's like, it doesn't work that way.
No.
You gotta get to a certain spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
we're there, bro.
we just got there.
Arrived.
Just
Yeah.
got there. And it takes a long time. And this is a
And
test.
is this so the idea of a catalog, in many ways, it's like that's a thing of the past.
Thing of the past,
But in the
it's
new
changing.
world,
Yeah.
it's just so
I don't know
funny.
if you've noticed, but there's not a lot of catalogs in your mailbox these
No,
days.
there isn't. You got to go on your phone, so it'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, and
to be
and the guys that
looking
were
through
the guys that were
magazine
doing,
again.
And the guys that were doing catalogs of, you know, they've had to pull back because of COVID.
Yeah.
So like the big brands aren't doing as many mail order catalogs this year. They're more focused on
Dude,
DTC.
I think it's
it's an empty space, just like we were talking about earlier. Like
That's
when
what I'm
there's
saying. You got that white
opportunity,
space, you got that void.
there's opportunity. You can't be fucking afraid, man.
I like the lane, like honestly, for me, because I remember days.
Yeah.
You know, I'm super young, but I remember like the catalog would come to the house, and like on
catalogs.
Christmas we were like checking. They had a little checkbox next to it.
Put that shit under your pillow.
Just check it off, and
Getting
then
this.
like, you know, Christmas came, and some of them were there. Yeah,
Those are sick.
Yeah.
And you know,
with the
like a brand
BB
like-
guns,
a
just
brand
to
like
order BB
Patagonia
guns.
still does the best.
Yeah.
The best catalogs.
Wow.
And they do amazing mail order pieces that are like works of art.
How many
books.
are going out?
Can't tell you.
10,000?
That's top secret.
All right, that's what I figured. I was like, how far is he gonna go here? Because that really tells a lot.
That's top secret.
Yeah. We're not gonna do that. So let's make sure we really emphasize how you connect with 1620 Workwear.
1620USA.com.
1620USA.com. Honestly, like, I'm not just talking about it because Josh is here, but people, when they get down with the 1620 Workwear,
You want to check it out too? Like
dude,
use
it's
USA.
real, legit.
Use USA 15 at checkout for 15. It's a one-time use code.
Whoa! USA 15.
15% off your first purchase. So USA 15.
Do that. USA 15 to get 15% off your first purchase. 1620USA.com.
Thanks for
on
support.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Going to good
1620
stuff.
USA.
1620
Everything
USA,
across
Instagram.
the board.
Everything across the board.
1620 USA. And you have definitely seen it first. So when you're wearing 1620 or you're supporting 1620, the dude that you're seeing on the camera right now is the man behind it.
I'm one
And
of
you
the two men behind it.
Two. Him and Teddy.
Tread.
And the thing that I'm getting across here is that you just saw that Josh is just a good dude. Like, you're not just wearing high quality pants. It's an individual that you would roll with, right?
Supporting good stuff, man.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah. Thank you,
I
Michael.
got to meet this Teddy character.
Yeah, come over and hang out.
Yeah. I hear we share some things, some qualities, me and Teddy. Yeah, I might have just made that up. Josh, again, buddy,
Yeah.
I really appreciate you
sick.
being here.
Dude,
It has been a great
I love
time.
hanging out with you, man. I'm glad we found the time to do it.
We gotta say this because I know we have this connection. Steez.
Oh, Bablo.
Bablo.
I should have given him a huge shout
gotta
out.
give Bablo's in your corner.
I should have given him a huge
Yo.
shout out. He's one of my favorite
Bablo,
guys.
don't forget that I thought of it before Josh
He did. I'm sorry, Andrew.
Andrew Bablo.
Yeah.
This
Talk about
guy.
a talented guy. He's like so underground talented. Like when he first started hustling the mag and we became friends.
He could
like,
have an ego. He doesn't. He
Dude,
keeps it human.
He's the best dude, and like you just
Dog.
don't. He was never.
Yep.
He never. Dude, he's like a fucking fine artist. Like he's
Great kid,
he's a
though.
talented guy.
Gets it done. I know he
talented
rolls
guy.
with most recent
dude.
guest Marcus Sebastiano that was here. Does a lot of
Marcus is right.
whatever work, whatever the artist kids do together.
For sure.
And yeah, man, I'm glad
Yeah,
that
Bablo's
we
the
gave
man.
Bablo
He's
love.
been helped me like that circle logo. It's on all of our stuff. He's done it. He's did so much for me at Bern. We put on.
He did the sign at the
sickest
1620
parties,
headquarters.
Bro. We put the sickest parties on during the ski show, and he was the guy that put it. We filled the cask and flagon up to capacity in 10 minutes one year. It was fucking sick.
Look at you
We had to
guys.
stop doing it though, because fucking.
You have some rail jam going on in the streets there or something?
He did a bunch of rail jams. He did all that stuff. I don't know.
All right, so this is the end of the show. Let me say the things I got to say. This is Offering Something. I am your host, Michael Bernier. You know I love you. Feeling so good to be alive. Offering Something is brought to you with support by our super sweet sponsors, Enjoy Your Life brand. Get hip with them at enjoyyourlifebrand.com. Everything Enjoy Your Life brand. Check out Spicket River Brewery, Lawrence, Massachusetts. I'm telling you, the beer is love. And a higher education, music, and arts festival, highereducationfest.com. You see how I did that? It was fun. You didn't leave yet.
Is it bad that one of your sponsors is
subscribe to my channel too, please? Come on,
subscribe.
Let's go with it. Let's do it. Yeah, notifications. What is it bad that
the continuing education is continuing education?
Higher education, music and arts festival.
Is it bad that the higher education is a sponsor and I basically spend the entire podcast swearing?
Well, I think that their higher education is focused around the cannabis industry. So it's higher education about the stigmas associated with the use of marijuana.
I didn't know what it was. I'm sorry. Now I know. This is what a sponsorship's all about.
You
so
see
I can
that?
become aware of what the organization is.
And really, it's a
That's
dope
why you're the
festival.
perfect guy to
So, you ready to go? You've had a good time.
Yeah.
Were you comfortable? Were you comfortable here?
So fun, man.
Yeah,
I love
bro.
shooting the shit with you. Hopefully I didn't come across like too much of a meatball, but I am who I am, and I don't really give a fuck.
You are the man, boy. This is how we go out on this show here. It's Josh Walker once again. What about the regular individual? I'm sorry. What's your Instagram page? I like
Uncle Jay Walker.
Uncle Jay Walker.
Uncle Jay Walker, man.
Definitely connect with this dude.
Give your uncle a follow, man.
Give him a hug. He's your cool uncle. Oh. And that is the end of the show, my friends. Let me see if I can execute this here. Yeah. So let's look at this camera here and say, yeah, boy, take it easy, y'all. It's Offering Something. I love you. Josh, you love him?
Oh, dude, thank you, guys. Hopefully you're entertained by this.
Perfect.
That was good, man. I thought